King Charles III just turned another year older, and the royal celebration was anything but low-key. This year's birthday wasn't just a simple royal moment. It was a blend of deep tradition, military ceremony, historic symbolism, and a surprising amount of heart from the public. But before we dive into what actually happened, let's rewind a little and explore some fascinating facts about the king's birthday, facts that even many royal fans don't know. First, King Charles has two birthdays. Yes, two. His real birthday is on November 14th, but his official birthday celebration usually happens in June. Why? Because London's weather in November is often cold, rainy, and unpredictable. Back in the 1700s, King George II created the idea of a separate official birthday so the public parade could be held during better weather. That tradition still continues today, centuries later. Now, let's go into the heart of the celebration. The legendary Royal Gun Salute, one of the most iconic traditions surrounding a monarch's birthday. On King Charles's actual birthday, two major gun salutes take place in London. First, you have 41 rounds fired from Green Park. Then, shortly after, 62 rounds fired from the historic Tower of London. These aren't random numbers. A routine royal salute always begins with 21 shots. But when the salute is fired from a royal park, another 20 rounds are added, bringing the total to 41. And for the Tower of London, because it is both a royal palace and a significant landmark for the City of London, they add even more rounds, reaching the famous and thunderous 62-shot salute. These gun salutes echo across the city, booming sounds, clouds of white smoke, and crowds watching in awe. It's not just a show of power, it's a symbolic gesture of loyalty and celebration for the monarch. On the morning of the celebration, soldiers from the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery arrived at Green Park on horseback, pulling the historic World War I-era guns behind them. They carefully positioned each piece of artillery as the public gathered, families, tourists, royal supporters, all waiting for that first blast. At exactly noon, the guns fired, one after another. The ground shook as the shots roared into the air, filling the park with smoke. People covered their ears, children pointed, and phones were raised to capture the moment. And then, across the river at the Tower of London, the Honourable Artillery Company performed their 62-round salute, one of the oldest military units in the country, dating back nearly 500 years. The bangs echoed along the Thames, turning the historic site into the center of national attention. But the celebration wasn't only about military tradition. Music played a huge part too. The band of the Household Cavalry performed a full rendition of Happy Birthday for the King. Crowds sang along, and for a moment, London felt unified, not by politics or headlines, but by a shared moment of royal celebration. This year's birthday also carried emotional weight. King Charles faced health concerns earlier in the year, and many people wondered whether he would make a public appearance. But when he stepped out, smiling, waving, and looking genuinely cheerful, it became one of the most heartwarming moments of the day. It reminded people around the world that the monarchy is not just a symbol, but also a family with human stories and struggles. Members of the royal family shared warm messages from Prince William and Princess Catherine to Princess Anne, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, and others. Social media lit up with the hashtag Happy Birthday King Charles, as fans from the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, and all over the Commonwealth posted pictures, fan art, and heartfelt wishes. And of course, no royal birthday would be complete without the mention of Trooping the Colour, the official birthday parade. Although it takes place in June, it continues to be one of the biggest royal events of the year. More than 1,000 soldiers, hundreds of horses, and the world-famous Red Arrows fly past make it a global spectacle. It's the parade that brings the royal family to the Buckingham Palace balcony, a moment fans wait for every year. What makes King Charles's birthday so special each time is the blend of ancient tradition and modern celebration. You have centuries-old gun salutes, military uniforms, royal horses, historic music, mixed with modern fans live streaming the event, hashtags trending worldwide, and people watching it on TikTok within minutes. It shows how the monarchy continues to evolve while still preserving its deepest traditions. So with the gun salutes fired, the music played, the crowds cheering, and the royal family sending their love, one thing is clear. King Charles III's birthday remains one of the biggest and most meaningful royal moments of the year. What do you think? Should these grand royal traditions continue with the next generation, especially with Prince William and Prince George in the future? Let me know your thoughts.